Hello friends, welcome to the Angular form tutorial. In this tutorial we will get to know what are the Angular forms and how many type of the Angular form available in Angular and how we use those Angular forms. So in this tutorial we will get to know about the Angular forms, and in the coming videos we will do the practically and we will create the Angular form. So basically Angular forms are used to collect the data based on the user input, and we can use Angular form for a user to log in, register page, and for performing any other like a data entry task. Like we have a requirement to create any form like a login form, registration form, any form. If you want to create in Angular, then we use the Angular form. So basically there are two types of Angular form available. So first is the template driven form and another is the reactive form, and we can say that is as a model driven form. So basically this template driven form, most of the code uh, uh, is done in the template side, and the reactive form, most of the code we do in the model side. So basically both type of forms is used to collect the data from the based on the user input, and it used to validate the input data and create a form module. Like basically both the forms is used to create the form to perform some operation from the user side to like take the input or update the data. So basically there are two types, like template driven and react form. So we will understand all these things one by one. So basically the template driven form are very simple form. Like if we are going to make any very simple login page, then we can go with the template driven form. But if we are going to make a very complex form, then we should not use template driven form. For that we should use the reactive form. So it is good if we create a simple form to your application. So basically for the template driven form we use for the simple application. In the template driven form we do most of the work at the template side. As I explained, like in the template driven form most of the code is done in the template side, and template driven form are more easy to use, but they are not scalable as the reactive forms. Like for the small application, template driven is very easy to use, but we should not use it for the complex applications or to make the complex form. It is good for simple scenario but not the complex scenario, and very less code is done in the component side. As I explained, like most of the code done in the template side, so in the component side there is a very less data. And in this template driven form there is a two-way data binding is also we done, and unit testing is very difficult because most of the code is done in the template side, so unit testing is very difficult to do. And for creating a template driven form we need to import form module in the app.module.ts. So that is all about the template driven form. In the coming videos we will create template forms and we will validate as well. So the next is the reactive form. So as we get to know, like reactive forms is very much better than template form. Reactive form are more scalable, reusable, and the testable. Like in the reactive form we use for the complex application also, and it is very easy to maintain. And in the reactive forms we can make the element at the runtime. Like we have a requirement where at the runtime we want to make some element and we want to use. So reactive form is very helpful for this. And in this form module which is created under the app module, like most of the code in the reactive form is done in the component side, so and the module side. So basically this module file is responsible to handle all the user input or to validate the data, and in this reactive form there is no data binding is done, and mostly code is done in the component side. So that is reactive form. And before creating the reactive form we have to import reactive form module under the app.module.ts. So basically that is reactive form. So what we get to know, like template form we should use for the simple application or simple form, but reactive form we can use for the complex as well. So that is all about the forms in the Angular form. If you have any question, please comment. Thank you.